Silent Hill begins with a man taking his daughter on vacation. They're heading to Silent Hill because Butlins is all full up and have the sudden urge to go to the middle of nowhere instead. The dad immediately crashes the car because he saw a spooky ghost in the road, and the daughter pisses off to go play on the swings or something, but our dad is most definitely dying in the wreckage. But the dad's not dead, and he wakes up in his vehicle and doesn't bother calling AA to come help him. His name is Harry Mason, and he needs to find his daughter, who's wandered off into the fog. He calls her name, but like most kids these days, they don't listen to authority figures. She ignores him and runs off into an alleyway. Harry is extremely angry, but I don't know if this translates well when he has the facial structure of Crichton from Red Dwarf. Daddy Harry chases the girl through a gate to find whatever the fuck this is. Harry takes a moment and thinks, yep, time to turn around and walk away. Everyone has a good day. I've lost my child, but that's okay. I can just make more. But sadly, he has to push forwards beyond the powers of gore and to a place that's dark, and he gets mugged by children. Like I say, they don't give a fuck about authority anymore. Harry wakes up in a cafe. I don't know how he got here. Maybe after the children were done beating him up and taking his wallet, they dropped him off here. I don't know. In the cafe, Harry meets Sybil, who is a police officer from the next town over, who fell off her bike and got a boo-boo on her leg. The two exchange pleasantries in the same manner of Siri and Alexa having a conversation, and she gives him a gun and promptly wanders off into the fog herself, leaving Harry to twiddle his thumbs and wait for an order of pancakes. Harry steals a bunch of stuff and goes to leave, but the radio starts playing his favourite song, distracting him. Then a dinosaur breaks through the window. Oh god, help! Panic! What do I do? Quick, squirt the ketchup at it. Harry runs away so he doesn't get in trouble for the broken window, and returns to the alleyway where the children mugged him to even the score. There are no children down here though, but he finds a note that he believes is from Cheryl, saying that she went to the school. So Harry goes on his way there, instead of writing a passive-aggressive note back saying, "Come back to the car, you dumb bitch." Harry then finds his next obstacle, getting to the damn school. All of the roads are broken with chasms of death below. He finds an open house.
I'm stealing all your furniture!
The back door wants some Wizard of Oz keys, which Harry gets and then makes it to the school, but doesn't question how Cheryl got to the school in the first place. Did she put the keys around town? Did she lock this door? How did she get to the fucking school? Here, Harry picks his favourite lessons, and then starts shooting some children, possibly the ones who attacked him earlier. In science class, he learns how to melt a hand to get a shiny thing using acid. Then in music class, he learns how to play chopsticks on piano and is rewarded with a second shiny thing. He puts the two shinies in the clock tower that's in the courtyard. He goes through the clock to arrive at a different school. This is where the naughty students go, to put chewing gum under their desks and set fire to the teachers. This is where Cheryl went, right? He shoots more children. Seriously, Harry, what the fuck? Then walks through a room when a telephone rings.
Hello?
It's Cheryl, and she's like, "Dad, you're a dumbass. Why are you in this school?" Then Harry reads a story about a penis dragon, and has a fight with the penis dragon. Upon killing it, he sees the ghost girl, who he almost ran over, but she disappears before he can ask to exchange insurance information. Harry's back at the regular school, and everything seems to be normal now. He can hear bells ringing in the distance, and has the sudden urge to turn on notifications as well as liking this video and subscribing for more poorly explained content. Oh yeah, and he goes to check it out. Harry goes to the church and finds that an old woman is there, and she was the one ringing the bells. Harry is disappointed it wasn't the monks from the Mars bar adverts. This woman's name is Dahlia, and she's dressed as early 2000s Avril Lavigne with an obnoxious tie. She speaks crazy babble and gives Harry a Dorito Rubik's Cube thing to solve. Harry will save this for later as he's got more important things to do, like finding his daughter. He crosses a bridge and a bunch of monkeys start attacking him. So he goes to the police station like, "Help, everything's trying to kill me. Oh yeah, I've lost my daughter too." Nobody's there, so he steals a shotgun. Harry goes to the hospital because reasons, where a man shoots at him and he has the world's slowest reaction to it. I don't know what's worse, this guy missing a point blank range or Harry taking a solid 5 seconds to understand that a gun has been fired in his direction. This guy is Dr. Kaufman and he's very sus. He's also killed a dinosaur in his office and he's like, "Your daughter's dead, mate. Go home and shag your wife and make a new one." And Harry's like, "I've already had this idea, but my wife is dead." Kaufman doesn't care and he wanders off. Harry goes into an office and sees that someone knocked their jam jar over, and it's spilled all over the carpet. Harry does his best to get all of the jam back into the jar ready to put in a sandwich for later. Harry gets in an elevator which has 3 floors and a basement. He turns on a generator and suddenly there's a magical 4th floor. Ooh, interesting. This is the floor where all the spoopies happen, like finding some hentai coming out of a wall that wants some juicy juice. He finds a room that has a bed and a side table in it, and a photo.
Look at this photograph!
He sees it's the ghost girl who made him crash his car and disappeared in the basement. The photo is labelled Alessa, like she signed a photo of herself for a fan. Maybe she's a celebrity or something. Harry meets Nurse Lisa, who's all by herself, scared and confused in the hospital. She gives Harry a hug. He thinks he's pulled, but then she starts rambling for a very long time, so Harry dozes off. Waking up in the normal hospital, but there's no sexy nurse there now. Only crazy old bat Dahlia, who walks in saying her own name like she's a Pokemon, or just an egotistical arsehole. She's just as unhelpful as usual, talking in riddles and going on about demon shit. She leaves a key to an antique shop. Harry arrives at the antique shop and finds a strange back room before Sybil walks in and asks if he's had any luck. Harry says no, then Sybil says that she saw Cheryl floating on a lake doing a fun Jesus impression. Harry tells her what Dahlia has been spouting, and her first reaction is to say that she's on drugs. You just saw a floating child on a lake? Honey, you're on drugs. Sybil says Silent Hill has a drug problem and tourists come by to get baked off their face and do weird cult stuff.
What? Nah, I never knew that.
Harry is like, that's nice, I'm going to see what's in the back here. Goes in and finds an altar for the cult stuff that spontaneously combusts. Harry goes missing, and Sybil's like, where the fuck did you go?
Must be on drugs.
He goes to see Lisa again and she explains stuff about the town before now. How it was lovely, but there was a cult and some naughty stuff happened with black magic, not the chocolates. And everyone is high as a kite doing demon shit like mentioned before. Lisa goes on to explain what happened to Dahlia, that she had a daughter that died in a fire many years ago, and the town has been cursed since. Harry's like, nuts, how did I get back here? And is suddenly in a filthy version of the antique shop, and tries to get back to the hospital so he can continue his conversation with hot nurse Lisa. On his way, he goes for a mall, thinking about picking her up some flowers, and maybe getting himself a sandwich from Subway. Then a bunch of TVs start playing a video message to him of his daughter, followed by a bunch of random symbols, and he's like, this is rubbish, there's never anything on TV these days. Then he fights a bug after falling through the floor that breaks out of the mall, and Harry has to fight it again after it's evolved into a moth on top of a post office. Another trip to the hospital to see Lisa, and she tells him to go into the sewers because of course we need a sewer level. But I just got here, Lisa. I came to see you. Harry is bored, so goes to the pub to shoot some pool and finds Kaufman is there being attacked by a beaver. I think the beaver was angry that it got hustled at billiards. Harry asks him a question and he walks off like, nope, fuck you, which is super rude. Harry inspects all the stuff that he dropped and it turns out that Kaufman is up to no good. And there's a whole side quest where he's been hiding a bottle of cherry sours in his motorbike. And Kaufman is like, get off, that's my cherry sours. And calls Harry a nosy twat for going through his things. The sewers are full of mantises. Mantis? Whatever the plural of mantis is, and beaver things, like the one that attacked Kaufman in the snooker hall. Once reaching the other side, Harry gets on a boat and has a meeting with Sybil and Dahlia. Dahlia starts rambling about darkness like she's a Kingdom Hearts character, and then Harry climbs up a circular staircase to see the ghost girl again. And she pisses off and like, god damn it, I just want to talk. And it's back through the sewers again, and this time we're going to the amusement park because Harry really wants to ride on the waltzers. Sybil is there, but this time she's evil and attacking Harry. You know she's serious because she's holding a gun sideways like a true gangster. Harry throws strawberry jam in her face, and a poo monster comes out of her spine. Harry stomps on the poo, and then the ghost girl comes back and attacks Harry with some anime powers. So he uses Doritos Rubik's Cube, and then she does some terrible voice acting.
No! Get away from me!
Dahlia reveals that she's her daughter, and she's been a naughty person this whole time and has been using Harry to do her bidding. But then Harry wakes up in the hospital again, and sweet waifu Lisa tells him that she thinks she's dead, and that she's in a weird purgatory state because no one else is around. And then she gets a nosebleed.
This is emergency 911. What's the emergency?
Beavis is bleeding.
She goes towards Harry for help. She wants him to call an ambulance, and he's like, bitch, you're already in a hospital. And you're a nurse. Sort yourself out. As he runs away like the big useless coward that he is. When she stops banging on the door, he goes back in to read her diary, upset that she hasn't mentioned how handsome Harry is in there. Harry is in Nowhere now. That's the name of the place. It's just outside Birmingham. And Nowhere is a remix greatest hits level of everywhere Harry has been so far, like school classrooms, hospital rooms, and the antique shop, and wherever the hell else. Here he learns all of the stuff and things. He learns that Alessa is Cheryl, but not only are they the same person despite being different ages, but there are multiple Alessas that all need to come together to make her final form Super Alessa, and Alessa is immortal with superpowers because she was sacrificed in a fire years ago to birth a god. And we learn that Lisa was her nurse after it was revealed that she was still alive and covered with burns, and Lisa was appalled of what had transpired, but was given drugs to stay quiet by Dr. Kaufman. Turns out Dahlia brought Harry and Cheryl to Silent Hill, and it wasn't just a nice holiday. I don't exactly know how or why. Maybe he was fed very specific targeted ads, the kind that happen when you search for a set of spoons just once and get flooded with Wish and AliExpress products desperately trying to flog you spoons for the next 6 months. And I can confirm that Silent Hill is the AliExpress of holiday destinations. Dr. Kaufman comes in with his bottle of cherry sours like, lads, we're doing shots. Then he throws the sours at the demon Alessa, who's taken on her final form. This works, sort of. It stops Alessa from birthing a god, but in return she farts out a different demon instead that sets Dahlia on fire, and then Harry runs in circles for a while until it gives up and dies because Harry came unprepared and arrived with no ammo. Alessa, now freed from the demon, the cult and the supernatural bullshit, gives Harry a new baby now that Cheryl is merged with the other Alessas. He didn't come here because she was faulty and still under warranty to get himself a replacement. Harry, for whatever reason, decides to keep the new child and isn't like, no thank you, your problem now. And then he and Sybil run off and live happily ever after, while everything explodes around them. Lisa comes out of the grated floor and drags Kaufman into hell because she wants a quick cuddle before the end credits. Harry loses a daughter, does some bullshit with cult stuff, gets a new daughter, and gets a new waifu that sadly isn't Lisa, and Harry unfortunately doesn't pass an orphanage on his way home, so he raises the new daughter forever as Cheryl 2.0. Well, I'm sure that won't have any repercussions in 17 years. This is AK here, thank you so much for watching this Silent Hill poorly explained video. If you want more Silent Hill, just click here. There's a one for Silent Hill 2. I know some people are going to say, when are you going to cover it? I already have, so you can go watch that, and if you want to see more poorly explained stuff, leave a comment telling me other games that you want me to cover. And do the like thing, the thing with the thumb. That thing. And until next time, keep on dancing. Love you, bye. Bye bye bye. Bye bye bye.